Welcome, Sydney Andrew, to the STEM Profile Series.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. It was a pleasure to be here, man.
Right. And so, Sydney, you work in STEM. So, can you talk about what you do?
So as of right now, I do a lot of help desk work, but I do a little bit of everything within my career. So I've done hardware, software, networking, kind of navigating now because I'm still early on in my career, what my next steps would be. Kind of considering like, do I want to be a cloud architect? Like just figuring out different avenues that I may potentially want to get into. But as of right now, I work help desk, but I deal with hardware, software issues. Now my newest help desk role, I deal with a lot of cloud-based environment issues. So yeah.
All right. So, you say you're kind of at the early stages of your career. What
Mhm.
attracted you to technology?
So honestly, since a kid, if you ask my family, I've always been into technology. That's something I enjoy, whether it was video games, figuring out if something's broken, how to fix it, whether it's an Xbox, computer, whatever is simple devices that like, my me growing up, I'm currently 28, right? So that's when, computers and a whole lot of technology started coming around my generation. So that stuff only kind of really excited me. So as I you know as technology evolved, it kind of like increased my excitement towards of what I would have some interest in technology. And then I end up going to school and getting my bachelor's degree in minor in computer science, and my degree is in cybersecurity. Uh, so Homeland Security, but concentration in cybersecurity and a minor in computer science. And all that from me being a kid, loving computers and always wanting to do that, that kind of got me into where I'm at now, where just loving to problem solve, figure out why something is not working, and just my love for technology, the simple stuff. It just starts with like video games. I know we all probably, play video games back when we were kids, and it kind of evolved now to where now I do a lot of troubleshooting and where I am now in my career. So that's how I got here.
Okay. Now, you mentioned playing video games as a kid. What
Yeah.
kind of student were you, and how did that impact the way you approached this as a career?
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, right? I wasn't a bad student. Sometimes, I would say, to be honest with you, sometimes you know how you're not pushed sometimes, but then I end up becoming pushed and realizing like the importance of education. Like I wasn't a bad student. Like my grades wasn't always the best. It wasn't because I wasn't capable of doing the work. I just wasn't working at my fullest potential. But as I realized my potential and grew up and understand the importance of, wanting to see growth in my life, I started to become a better student. I've been on honor roll. So that I felt like I evolved as I started to understand the importance of school and how it can set me up for the future. So that was what I was like as a kid. But like I didn't have like it was times when my grades weren't the best, but I picked it up and I started to understand like let me not be that person. So I wasn't always the best student in school, but then I evolved into the student that I am now that helped carry me on to where I am today. Yeah.
All right, so that's pretty good. So now that you're in your career, what
Uh-huh.
type of information or resources do you use to kind of stay current with different changing trends and news?
So me, honestly, one one of the because as when you work in help desk, right, you kind of certain things you might get stuck on, right, where you might not know the answer to it just off the back of your head, right? So like even searching certain issues, when you search certain issues, certain information may come up on Google. Just reading about that, like I'm an avid reader, so I just like to read. So that kind of keeps me up to date with certain things. Certain platforms that I've paid for. I paid for the Google IT certification courses. I also worked closely with Dylan. What's the name of this course? I can't remember it off the top of my head. What's the name of it? I'm sorry. I'm just having a little I've done a lot of courses, so Udemy, yeah, Udemy is how I really kept up to date with a lot of the information. I mean, really just like Googling, to be honest. That's how I just stay up to date. To be honest with you, just Google, like going to YouTube when I'm bored, I look up certain things or what's evolving in tech or just certain things like that, like based on my career path, just figuring out what type of career path that I want to take. So that's how I stay up to date, to be honest with you.
Okay. Those sound like good resources. I know use Udemy myself, so I know that's pretty good.
Yeah, the Udemy was a big help and helped me really navigate through my IT career.
And you talked about well navigating through your career. Do you have any mentors that are helping you with some of these moves?
Honestly, like in terms of a mentor, I'm just blessed that all my friends that we went to in college, right, we're all in IT. So my closest group of friends were in IT. So I guess we would say we each other's mentor in a sense, because when somebody sees something new, they bring it to the group like, hey, I'm trying try hack me, or hey, I'm trying this, or I'm trying that. And also another platform that I use now that I'm talking to, it came to my head. I use something called jobskill.org. That has helped me stay on top of my game as well. And just evolving and learning my technical skills. But like me and my friends, we all are in help desk at the current moment, but we all trying different things in different avenues. So some of my friends want to go directly into cyber. So just listening and being around my friends, kind of understanding what they're doing, how they're navigating through their career, and how things that I'm looking at, kind of just reach each other's mentors. So which helps us navigate as a whole. So I don't really necessarily have a mentor that I go to help me with everything, but I just have a great group of friends that we push each other, give each other information, certain things that they have learned, and then we use each other's information to get where we're at and help us step up in our careers.
That's pretty good. It's always good to have a good network.
Definitely.
What are some of you mentioned technical skills? What are some of the skills that somebody would need to be successful in the work that you've been doing?
To be honest with you, I would just say truthfully, I would just say wanting, like, have a desire to problem solve. In my opinion, right? Because I work in tech. Not ev you have to problem solve. Like whether you want to or not, there's a problem. You have to figure out a solution. So you have to kind of fall in love with, okay, I might fall into a difficult task that I might face. I might not know how to do this off, everything is not easy all the time. And you could just do one, two, and three. Sometimes you have to have that ability to be like, okay, let me sit down for a second. Let me game plan. Let me figure this out. And just fall in love with problem solving. That's my opinion because you learn a lot of the things as you work, and as you get accustomed to the job. So that's what I would just say is more important to me. And really just taking advantage of your resources. That's really it. I would say that and just having the desire to want more from a situation, those three things will kind of push you and helping you be getting your foot through the door and opening up doors because it's just exciting. Like I like problem solving, so that's what keeps me going, what keeps me excited, and what has helped me this far to get to where I'm at.
Okay,
Definitely.
okay. Now, your uncle told me a little bit about um, forex and how you do with that. Can you talk a little bit about what forex is?
Okay, so Forex is the foreign exchange market. It's one of the largest financial markets in the world, simply by if you go into another country and you exchange one form of currency for the other, you participating in the foreign exchange market. But to simplify it, all I really do is predict whether the value of a specific currency with another currency either is going to go up in value or down in value. So, like, it's just the exchange of money. So, and you understand that the value of currency just fluctuates all the time. One day the US dollar might be stronger, the next day the euro might be a little bit stronger than the US dollar. But that's simply what foreign exchange is in the simplest terms. This is
All right,
very,
so
yeah.
it
Mhm.
seems like it's kind of like following the stock market in a sense.
Kind of like in a sense, because you're gonna see a lot of the currencies depending on what currency that you enjoy trading. There's so many different pairs of currencies: the US dollar, Canadian dollar, the Great British Pound, the Euro, New Zealand dollar, Australian dollar. Like there's so many different things. So yes, a lot of like the global events do also play an effect in how that value of that dollar may fluctuate. So it's similar to the stock market as well. Yep.
What kind of skills would somebody need to be good at, forex trading or investing?
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you this. Like, I say it's 80% like having technicals, learning like what's uptrend, downtrend, all the technical skills that you need to understand trend and market, and kind of owning your strategy, right? But then I would say 20% of being successful in the forex market is mindset, right? Because your mindset could take you out of the market because you can be very skilled. Like you could have a great strategy. It could be potentially be bulletproof, but no strategy is perfect, right? But your mindset, entering these markets, the market does play a lot with you. So you just having that, having that like that skill set to, okay, this is my strategy. I'm just going to stay consistent with it, and then developing the mindset of an investor can potentially take you very far and keep you in the game, because the mental is what keeps you in it, especially dealing with stuff like risk management. So yeah, definitely.
All right, Sydney. Well, thank you for joining the STEM Profile series. Appreciate your time and your insights.
I appreciate you for having me. It's been a pleasure, man.